Are you struggling with feeling stuck in your life journey? Does it seem as if the challenges or conflicts that you keep experiencing are on repeat? Healing through feeling could be your new way through to a more satisfying life. Now, here is the host of the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide, Sharyn Nichols.
Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to be discussing the here and now, being in the present moment. And I am Sharyn Nichols, and you are listening to the Feel to Heal show. I have 25 years experience of being a licensed marriage family therapist, and I have been on a quest for understanding why we do what we do. So I help individuals and couples who are having communication breakdowns achieve win-win situations so they can, or you can, live a life full of satisfaction, success, and peace. So welcome to today, and I have a couple of questions to start off with. What are you doing right now? Most of you are probably either listening to me or watching me. Are you doing just that? Where are your thoughts? Where are your emotions, your hands, your sense of time? You are listening. So just do that. And to ease us into being in the present moment, I'm going to start with a meditation. And today's meditation is, queuing it up, apologies. Today's meditation is to give you the space to sit in appreciation of the present moment. It's to help you take a break, or anytime you need to take a break from the constant striving, achieving, and future-oriented thinking that can stress us the most. And also to help you practice letting go, about thinking about the past that can cause anxiety and judgment. And again, just going down that negative spiral that we so easily can do. So from all the small and big blessings that you have in your life right now, and honoring them will help you feel more connected to yourself. So let's give ourselves a little bit of a break, and let's also have the confidence that we can create whatever future we want, as long as we stay in the present moment. So let's begin. Let's begin by getting into a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down, and allowing your eyes to close, and then make any adjustments that you need for your body. Let's bring your attention to your breath. In order to practice keeping your attention here, simply silently count each breath as you breathe in and out in your normal natural rhythm until you get to 10. Feel the warmth spread all over your body as you melt into relaxation. Let's focus on your body. taking a brief scan from head to toe, identifying the parts, movements, or physical abilities that you can appreciate. Maybe saying a silent thank you to every time something comes to mind. Take the next 30 seconds or so to appreciate your body, being in the present moment, feeling grounded and rooted where your tush is right now. Bringing your attention back to your breath as your body hums with love and appreciation back into this present moment. Imagine a circle being drawn a mile around where you are currently sitting. Turn your attention onto everything within that circle. It can include your living space, trees, animals, loved ones, neighbors, or even meaningful locations. For the next 30 seconds to a minute or so, let your mind scan everything within this circle and say thank you for each of the things that you identify. Bringing your attention back to your breath and feeling the warmth of love and appreciation for your surroundings. Let's all receive a deep breath together. Now imagine yourself in relation to the entire planet. See yourself in your corner of the world, so small compared to everything and everyone on Earth. Also recognize how significant you are as a part of this beautiful human race. Whole and complete as you are, there's nothing that needs to be fixed. Be in the present moment, here. Let's take a few moments to think about all the reasons to appreciate the world around you and say a silent thank you as you identify each of them. Perhaps your appreciation is for the breathtaking places you've seen in the world, or the people you love who are scattered in different countries or cities, or even a deep appreciation for the moment in time that you are living in right now. Whatever you discover, take a minute to show appreciation for it all. Bringing your attention back to your breath and breathe in the warmth of love that is inside of you and outside of you. Notice that there is so much greatness in your life right now. No matter what you're going through, no matter how you may feel today, you are always surrounded by infinite blessings. Receiving a breath. Concluding by bringing your attention inward to the unidentifiable place that is your soul, where your inner self feels most at home. You are connected to it all. You are a part of it all. The body, the local, the global, the universal, the deeply spiritual. And as you sit in appreciation of the present moment, of the magical truth that you are incredibly blessed, feel a deep sense of oneness and completeness with yourself and your life. And when you are ready, allow your eyes to open. And bring yourself back to the room that you are in. I chose this topic today because it isn't always easy to be present. There are bills to pay, children to take care of, doctor's appointments to make and get to, work to get done, books and articles to read, phone calls to make. I can keep going. So many of us are not able to stay in the present moment because we're always bringing our past into the future. So being in the present moment or the here and now means that we are aware and mindful of what is happening at this very moment. We're not distracted by thoughts of the past or worried about the future, but we are centered on the here and now. All of our attention is focused on the present moment. Being present is without time. It is the bridge between the past and the future because everything happens in the present moment. So all we have, once again, is the here and now. I purposely chose the color red to wear today because it is a grounding color. And so one of the tools that I use for myself, which I will get to, in terms of staying present, is now every time that I glance up at the screen and I see myself, I'm reminded to stay present because I'm wearing red and I'm grounded. I realized that to not be stressed, I need to let go of expectations. And in order for me to have 100% control over no control, I need to let go of all my expectations. And my goal is to do this at least 85% of the time during the day, because I am, after all, human. So you're listening to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols. And when we come back from break, we're going to be talking more about being present in the here and now. And I'm going to start off by talking about multitasking. See you back in a minute.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sharyn Nichols, and you are listening to Feel to Heal on the Inspired Choices Network. And our show today, the topic is being present here and now. And before we went to break, I had done meditation to ground us and bring us to the present moment. And I led with the teaser of multitasking. So let's talk about multitasking. It was pointed out to me, actually, that it's not really a good thing because most of us want to be everything to everyone. So we spend so much time focusing on the tasks at hand that we then don't focus on ourselves. So this is where, of course, self-care comes in. And in order to employ that, it is to prioritize your tasks and focus on what needs to get done in the moment. And I have found that with multitasking, I don't always complete all of the tasks, thereby creating more anxiety for myself. So in doing research for the show, I found that contrary to popular belief, human beings cannot really multitask. I know women have sort of been told that we are multitaskers. However, we are multi-focused, meaning males are single focused, women are multi-focused. Whole other conversation for another day, although it sometimes can be misconstrued or misunderstood that multitasking means multi-focused. We are not. So what we are capable of handling is a number of serial tasks in rapid succession or mixing automatic tasks with those that are not so automatic. So that's one of the reasons why the NTSB reports that texting while driving is the functional equivalent of driving with a blood alcohol level 3 times the legal limit. You just can't effectively attend to 2 things at once, even the superficial automatic ones. So one way to bring yourself back when you find yourself going off course is to always come back to the breath. Always. If for those listening to me For a while now, you are going to continue to hear this because it's always about the breath. The breath is always centering and grounding. And when you feel your thoughts or you hear your thoughts going way away, bring them back. Receive a breath. So let's talk about being present-minded and why it's so important. Being present-minded is so important because it is actually the key to staying healthy and happy. It is the best way to combat anxiety and depression because you're not worrying about the future or thinking about the past. There's no time for either if you're actually truly in the present. It is so important to be in the moment that if you don't, you actually end up missing some of the most important, precious moments. Like the funny things that your kids will say, connecting with your partner, noticing the beauty in the world around you. And all the moments that years from now, you will be so grateful for being truly present for. Why can it be so difficult to live in the now? I am assuming that all of you are either on your phone or computer watching and or listening. So this device that is either in your hand or on your desk is constantly giving you reminders, notifications, messages, alerts, and advertisements. Most of them are either about the past or the future. How many times have you been in the middle of doing something and you hear that ding, that classical conditioning reminder to check out your phone, take you off track, bring you to another moment that is no longer present? I love being a therapist because during every session, my phone is always away and silent. So I get to be present for an hour with my clients. And even when I do feel my thoughts going off track, I always just return to my breath. My breath. Some other factors that can keep us out of the here and now. When we live in the present, we face a lot of uncertainty and anxiety. Our minds tend to wander. Our minds are so powerful that we can create such anxiety-producing scenarios that they can also create calm scenarios. The breath. You have the power over your choices to make or create better ones. Always choose the present. Choose the moment. So balancing the past and the present. Where would we be if we didn't look back over our past successes and mistakes and learn from them? Where would we be if we never planned for the future or prepared ourselves for what's to come? So in order to live a happy, healthy life, something that I believe we are all striving for, or at least something that our parents always said they wanted for us. I digress. I'll come back to that at another point in time. It is important to think about the past and also think about the future. I said think, not allowed to consume and take over, because that's when it becomes a problem, when we obsessively focus on one or both of them. The key to keep in balance. The key is to keep the past, the present, and the future in balance. So it's hard to say what the right balance is. You'll know it when you've achieved it, because you're worrying less, you're experiencing less stress on a regular basis, and you find yourself most of the time living in the present. So, how to be present and live in the moment? Think about the past in small doses. Are you thinking about it for a reason? Are you thinking about it to remember a pleasant experience, to identify something that went wrong, or to figure out what the key to success was? Those are positive things. Small doses. Think about the future in small doses. Make sure that you are focusing on the future in a healthy, low anxiety way. Don't spend too much time worrying, just long enough to prepare for it and move forward. So simple, right? I know it's so easy for me to say it rather than do it. Stay present in the moment as much as you can. Become a witness to yourself and what you are doing, exactly what you are doing at any given moment. Notice it and let it go. Small doses. Let's use the present moment awareness to stop worrying. Why not? Sounds good, doesn't it? Present moment awareness is a great way to cut down on actually how much you worry. Following some of these steps can become more, Following these steps can help you become more attuned to the present. And then so you can let go of this anxiety that is keeping you so constrained and constricted within yourself. I'm just going to take a breath because that's what I need. So let go of, and this is where I need to right now, let go of and stop thinking about your performance. It doesn't matter. As long as I stay present, it actually really doesn't matter what I do. I'm finally getting that. And I am so grateful for all of you that are listening and watching, and for all of the incredible feedback that I receive from this show. It has been so grounding and life affirming for me. So thank you. See, that was me being present, sharing gratitude, and just allowing myself to be in the moment. I also avoid worrying about the future and fully experiencing the present, because I'm actually just savoring this moment. I'm going to savor this moment as we go to break. You are listening to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols on the Inspired Choices Network. And today's topic is being present in the here and now. And when we come back, we're going to continue with some of the things that you can do to stay more attuned into the present. See you in a minute.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols Show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Feel to Heal show with Sharyn Nichols, myself, on the Inspired Choices Network. And today's topic is about being present in the here and now. And as we were on the break, I was realizing all the things that in that moment that were taking me away from being present, all the thoughts in my head. I just before break was saying that I need to stay present and was commenting on gratitude. And of course, the break allowed me moments to drift off and start thinking, what the hell am I doing? Am I looking at the camera? Am I addressing all the things that I said I was going to address at the top of the show? And all of these incredibly negative thoughts and or thoughts that have been taking me out of being present. So I'm going to receive another breath and we're going to talk about how to live in the moment, but plan for the future. I know that might seem complicated to figure out the delicate balance of it all, but it's not as complex as it seems. So when we engage in mindfulness or a present moment meditation, which is sort of what I just did a minute ago by bringing myself back, talking out loud, that is always something that's available. However, I wouldn't do it around too many people because they may think that there's something else going on. Bringing yourself back, not ignoring or denying the thoughts that you are having of the past or the future, just simply choosing not to dwell on them. It's okay to acknowledge and label your past and your future focused thoughts. You can categorize them and be aware of their importance, although they do not need to rule you. And let them go. They're just thoughts. Another tool that I use sometimes, or trick, or so simple, was given to me a while ago by a dear friend. Just simply say to yourself, where am I? Answer's here. What time is it? Now. Two simple questions to even more simpler answers. Then receive a breath. All we have is the here and now. This moment, this moment, this moment. Always going back to meditation, to grounding, being mindful of your surroundings, picking a focal point It's about being in time and space and allowing it to sort of take you away. It's okay to get lost with the track of time and staying focused in the here and the now. I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive, although being present is really, really the most important thing, because where you place your attention is what gets amplified. So if you place your attention in this moment, this will be what gets amplified. If you place your attention on the past or the future, that's where the depression and the anxiety so easily can come in. Thinking about how to stay present. Some ideas, some exercises that you can do to strengthen your present moment. Again, going back to the meditation that I did at the beginning, always do a body scan. Body scans are always great for a reminder of what's going on and bringing you what's going on physically with you in the moment. Focus on your heart beating. Focus on as always, your breath. Allow your eyes to close and focus in on an image that is peaceful and grounding for you. Take a walk out into nature. Always a good thing. Oh my gosh, I do this on a daily basis. I take a step outside so I can clear myself of whatever's been going on that's been holding me back from taking care of what I need to take care of. Journaling. Cannot say enough about this. Waking up every morning and starting your day with all of your thought dumps, just writing, literally freehand, because there's something that goes from the mind all the way out the arm, writing in a notebook, dumping all of your thoughts. I think I've shared this, that there were a couple of mornings where I would just write curse words across the entire page. I would just say how angry I am. And it was so cathartic. I was so able to then stay present in my day because I was no longer thinking about how angry I was or how frustrated I was with a given situation or a person. So thinking. Other ways to stay present. Visualize your goals. Wow, this can be a lot of fun. You can go crazy or you can just stay present. Know that each thought is just as important as the others, and then letting them go when they no longer serve you. Being present. Wow. I am in this moment with you all and noticing that I'm being taken away from my thoughts. I believe I've covered all of my planned notes and now at a loss for what to talk about next. I've covered everything. It's really just so important for you to stay present, just like I am right now. Thinking, being present. Oh no, course, my mind is going off into a million different thoughts. What am I going to do? Oh no. Panic is setting in. Worrying is setting in. Just be present, Sharyn. Just be present. Thank you. I just received a question. What about when you're trying to go to sleep and your mind just won't shut off? Thank you so much. What I do is I sit up in bed and I go, okay, mind, what do you want me to know? And I just let my mind go. One thing. Another thing, just take out your journal, start writing in it. They're just thoughts. You do not need to activate them, especially if you're trying to go to sleep. There's no point in worrying about tomorrow because it's about being in the present moment, which is about going to sleep. Allow your mind to have the thoughts. Don't try and edit. Don't try and beat yourself up for having them. I shouldn't even say try. Just don't do it. Sorry, Yoda. There is no trying, just doing. So stop it. Stop allowing your thoughts to take you from being in the present moment. Do what you gotta do. Give your mind its due because it does deserve this. It is what it needs in order for you to stay present in the here and the now. It's not about thinking of the future. You know, in preparing for today's show, I was the least worried that I've ever been because I knew that I just needed to be present. And no matter what, things were going to be great. And here I am at a loss. And I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep staying present. I'm going to go back over my notes and see if there's something I could have left out. And let's see how to keep our minds from wandering. We really can't. And that's okay. It's okay to allow your mind to wander. It's not about being a stickler or, it's not, there's no finger pointing and there's no, there is no right or wrong way to do this ever, because there is no wrong way or right way to do life. Just be you. And as long as you're present and being in the moment, even if you're like me right now and your mind is screaming, oh no, what am I going to do? Just continue to breathe because it will all work out. Because you know what? I got this. And so when we come back from break, I'm going to come up with some really wonderful things to talk about, to continuing and being in the present and the here and now. See you in a minute.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to the Feel to Heal show with Sharyn Nichols, and I'm being mindful. I am in the present moment and going to read some of the quotes back to you because I'm being so in the present moment, and oh no, I thought I over prepared, of course, and I didn't. And the beautiful thing is that I'm being in the present moment and I'm actually not beating myself up because I truly believe that everything happens exactly as it is supposed to. And this is what exactly was supposed to happen for me to practice being present and the allowing of me showing up for me. So thank you. Thank you. I'm going to just go to gratitude. I am so grateful for all of you who are sticking with me and still listening, even though I'm going off on a rant that I don't know where I'm going. I'm just allowing. Wow. Wow. It is okay to lose track of time. The mind is so powerful. Let's start using it, or let's start using it for good rather than evil. And I mean evil, the evil that we do to ourselves by having those thoughts that keep us from being in the present moment. I am going to keep being present. Being present and being anchored and centered in this moment is allowing me to not freak out and know that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. I know I keep repeating myself. That's often what we need to do. We need to keep telling ourselves over and over again that it is okay. It is okay to go off track and bring yourself back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Focusing on the breath. Where am I? Here. What time is it? Now. So I'm just going to do this simple exercise for myself right now. Because as I'm sitting here, I'm just going to focus on my toes and my body and pay attention to the areas that are feeling any sensations. Because slow panic is beginning to happen and I don't want to. I'm just going to keep breathing. Just keep breathing. Obviously not going to take the time to start writing. Although I do want to give a shout out to Julia Cameron and her morning pages, because this is where that's where morning pages comes from. Obviously from her, it's the artist way. And it really is truly been an incredible tool that I've been using to dump all of my thoughts, or all of the thoughts that this unconscious, subconscious thoughts that I had while sleeping, and then allowing also to write out some of my dreams. The dreams that we have, just before we wake up, those aren't necessarily predictive dreams. They are actually about releasing and letting go of the unconscious, subconscious that has been actually holding you back. So I always welcome those those dreams because I get to then let go of something that I know was holding me back or plaguing me, if you will. So whether you follow Julia Cameron's guidelines or not, just taking a few minutes to write down the chatter in your head is always the best way to go to clear your head so you can start off your day without being held down with the thoughts of the future or the thoughts of the past. Going back into nature, boy, do I wish I could go outside right now and walk away from this. Although I can look out the window and I can see the incredible greenery that is around me and know that I'm going to survive this. I can also always, at the end of the day, I will now go back and review. I will review my day and be grateful for this exact moment right here, right now. For each breath that I receive, for each moment of beauty that I recall and remember, and just know that I am showing up 100% for myself right here, right now, in this present moment, because it is all. It is all that we have. It is all that I have for myself, and knowing that this is it right here, right now. Breath after breath after breath, thought after thought after thought. They're just thoughts. You do not have to act on them. So thank you so much for being here today and listening to my rant and my noticing of being present. Next week's show is about assuming. Are you an assumer? Do you assume that you already know what the other person's answers are, so you don't bother asking the question? So tune into my show, Feel to Heal, next week as we explore and learn how to stop making assumptions and start communicating your thoughts and feelings effectively. I know for myself, so often in the moment when I'm not paying attention, I start making assumptions about what the other person is going to say. So in order for me to stay present, it's not about the assumptions. It's about being present, because assumptions are future thinking. Staying present. So you can kind of have an idea of where I'm going to start off next week, because each show sort of builds on the other, and they all kind of all go together. And I just keep creating, and I am so grateful for this ability to just create and create and create. So next week, I look forward to seeing you all, listening to you all, talking with you all, and getting caught up in all the assumptions that you make about yourself and about others. And I wish you all well, many, many blessings and such gratitude. Thank you so much for sticking with me today and being present with me. And in closing, in gratitude for you all, peace, love, and as much satisfaction as you can muster. And as Oscar Wilde said, you might as well be you, because everyone else is taken. Until next week.
Thank you for choosing to listen
for
to
now.
the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show. Sharyn Nichols will return next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, Give up the struggle, feel all you need to feel, and make this week your best one yet.